guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Toothless Tigers here on YouTube. So, we are at the end of 2025 now. World Series has happened, and it's the Minnesota Twins that have defeated the Brewers 4-1 in World Series, and their team was amazing. We did come up across them a few times. We faced them obviously in a game, most recently in the previous episode with Simeon Woods Richardson, actually, who went 13-4 in the season, 3.73 ERA. They absolutely deserve to win the whole thing, to be honest. Chris Paddock out, unfortunately, and Emmanuel Rodriguez out with sore shoulder, but he had a great year in not his rookie season, I don't believe, but he 340 homers, 4.9 ERA. Will get some MVP votes, I'm sure, and he's a World Series winner, as is Joey Gallo at 46 home runs, struck out 220 times, but doesn't matter if you're Joey Gallo, probably hit more singles than, I know there's something like he hit more singles than home runs this year, but no, excellent a year from the Twins, and they fully deserve that. Looking at us, not such a good year, 70 wins, 92 losses. If we look at what we've done in the most recent years, actually, our best season we've had, which didn't feel like it actually, to be honest, but best year we've had, a bit of an improvement, not really, enough of an improvement across the board. We'll look at some of the notables. Just before I forget, I did actually move Jason down here, but I didn't mean to. I mean, from a hitting side, Daza hit 301 on the year, 2 wins. Actually, pretty solid year out of him in the end. We're trying to trade him, but 750 OPS, probably one of the better years, if not the best year of his career. So he was solid. Couldn't really complain about him. Riley Green had probably his best year of his career. About 270, 23 homers, 820 OPS. First time of his career he went above 800. Actually, a lot of career highs, home runs in not stolen bases, but in OPS as well, and WAR. So good year out of him. He looks like he's becoming a really good player, very good defender as well in left field, which really helps that WAR. So very happy with him. Jace Young had a good year, his best year in his 2-year Major League career, turning into a very, very solid second baseman. Again, can't really complain about him. Yoji Nakao, in his first year in the major leagues, hit 240 with 33 home runs, 87 ribbies, 770 OPS. Not quite the year I was hoping. I wanted actually better from him, but he's still got room to grow, and I really think he's going to be, next year is going to be something else. I'm very, very confident from that. Dylan Dingler actually hit 18 homers on the year, hit 2 wins above replacement, so very solid from the catcher position. Can't really ask for much more. Had a good year. So yeah, happy with that from Dylan Dingler. Cole Keith drove in 67 runs. He had a negative win season, purely probably because of that defense, DHing quite a bit, which is a shame. But he may get more playing time next year. We shall see. I mean, looking at the rest of it, Spencer Torkelson had a career bad year, 2 wins below replacement. Not good from Torque. Parker Meadows came up for a bit at the end. Javi Baez actually had a pretty good year, to be honest. Actually ended up being fairly standard, 76 OPS plus, Jesus Christ. God, I can't wait for him to get off the books. He's on the books for another 2 years, though, so fortunately we're just going to have to suck that up. Manuel Sequeira was excellent. Can we really struggling to find a position for him? Maybe we trade him. Don't really want to, but maybe it happens. Jorge Alfaro had a 710 OPS in his very limited playing time. Lipsius had another fairly decent year. Mason Wynn was all right when he joined us. Looking for him to turn the corner. About 300 with us. Actually, in 750 OPS, 1.5 wins in 52 games with us. So that's a 4.5 win season if he's Energizer Bunny is his nickname apparently. So I know I'm happy with that trade. Ethan Donald came up for a bit, was all right, didn't do much. Gage Workman was up for a bit. Peyton Graham came up for a bit, didn't do much. Pitching side, so players that actually had a meaningful time up here. Brant Herter was really good out of the pen. He actually went back down for a bit, but he was so solid. Jose Diaz in his rookie season, really good. 2.7 ERA, 60 Ks in 39 innings. Can't complain. Kevin Castro was injured for a bit, but good when he came back. Chris Clark was good when he came to us. Actually better with Chicago, but Yoendris Gomez, the guy we picked up on the waiver wire, he was good. Tariq Skubal, good when he came back. 6 wins in half a season, pretty much. Obviously, wins don't really mean much, but his fielding and his fit wasn't great. Palencia, not great with us. Devi Garcia, not great with us. Dollander had an okay year, 7-10, 7-10, 4-10 ERA. It wasn't bad, wasn't great. Given he was third overall pick, maybe he progresses a bit more this year. Casey Myers heated up towards the end, didn't have a great start, but ended up pretty league average. Jackson Wolf was good and then cooled off a bit. Pablo Lopez was pretty poor. 2 more seasons of him, unfortunately. Or maybe fortunately, we'll see. I mean, we may look at trading those guys. We've got a few guys budding in the minors. Speaking of the minors, let's go and have a look at some of the main guys. Drew Bowser started out in AA, hit very well, came at AAA, hit very well. Someone who is going to struggle to find somewhere in the major leagues, unfortunately. Really good hitter there. I mean, ideally we play him at first. If we set him as a first baseman, I imagine his stats don't change that much. But he could be pretty good there. But we have Nick Nicol, we have Torque. Maybe he's a corner outfielder. Someone we're just going to struggle. We've got a lot of in-between guys, and I think that's the problem. When Sil Perez went back down, was all right. Luke Gold was pretty good. Tyman really struggled. Wilmer Flores was pretty good when he went back down. Faido was good when he went back down. Wilmer Fenelon was good. Jackson Job's in the pen. Not sure about that. He's probably regressed quite a bit due to his injury, which I'm not a fan of. Down in Erie, Lucas anyone hits well down here. Henry Malloy actually hit pretty well. Gabby Rodriguez, Carter Matheson hit pretty well down here. I'm going to leave him down at AA for another year. And hopefully he starts really hot. We get him to AAA and then he starts knocking on the door and his ratings progress. Brennan Davis didn't really work out that well in the bigs. He's down there. Isaac Pacheco, someone who can maybe start coming up soon. Nothing spectacular pitching wise. Keegan Askew pitched pretty well. Carlos Pena start was all right. Jake Miller, not too bad from him. Max DBX up in AA now. He's a pretty good potential guy. We drafted him. Not too bad. Reese Olson and Kyle Montero not doing much. Down in West Michigan then, Pablo Mejica was excellent in the short time he was up. Jose Lopez was good. Gardea was good. Junga was good. Ross Dumpett at starter, not too bad. Gabby Torres, not too bad. Juan Daniel Encarnacion, not good. Max Carlson, also not very good. Andrew Jenkins actually ranked 50th prospect, although I'm not really sure why, based on those ratings. But he had a good year in single A. He was all right in his short period of time. Hit for a lot of power. Obviously, a guy we ended up drafting in 22. So see what you can do. Roberto Campos had a good year. Single A advanced. Didn't play well at Erie though, which was a shame. Ricky Reith, the guy we drafted, played well in a short period of time. Same for Grant Hussey. He hit 13 home runs. He's already got major league power. Needs to progress elsewhere, and a good defender actually. Lastra's hit well. Nice to see, good defender. Drafted him a couple of years ago. Gabe Darcy, we drafted near. He had a couple of stops along the way this year. Didn't do much though. Lakeland, we had Nuremberg Rondon hit 1,000 OPS in a short period of time. Chase Yans was good in half bit of a season. Ite Goldner was not too bad. Ty Evans was good across the season. Derek Fabian in a hot streak wasn't amazing. He's not really done much. Yoel Tejada Jr. Played most of his time in the rookie ball and was all right. Not too much to write home about. Pitching, starters mainly, nothing great to see. And then down in rookie, see if we can find some of those. So like Matt Champion, he turned it around a bit, I guess. He wasn't hitting well or pitching well. He hit a bit better. Dylan Adkins, the guy we drafted. We'll look just Garnick. He was not good. Not good to see. Dylan Adkins was a guy who hit okay and pitched poorly. He was a guy we drafted recently. Lucas Papano, another guy we drafted recently. He hit 250, didn't pitch that well. Seemed to pick up a load of two-way players, which I like. Austin Kellner, another one. He can play two-way. He actually hit quite well, but didn't pitch too well. Lineups-wise, Boston Kellner, Talan Bell was up there. A lot of two-way players. Chase Alsop, another guy. He hit 5 home runs. Henry Allen hit 6 home runs. He's still someone who can be good coming later on. He picked him up in the first. He's a year player, draft 24. Again, someone who's going to be a while potentially. And our actually highest ranked prospect is George Lombard Jr. He's ranked 40th overall. Not great year from him, and just not great prospects, unfortunately. So that was a brief look at that. Nothing really too inspiring, which is a shame. A couple of bit of housekeeping. We had. Where am I going? I'm going here. We had international free agents. So we scouted these guys. Some guys that look very good on there. Juan Salinas has 105 contacts apparently. Could play everywhere. Again, it's just one of those things that we don't really know or see that for a while, and it rarely happens, to be honest, that they ever get that good, which is a shame. So looking at who we've got on the arbitration, Faido's on here, 1.3 million. He's old. I think there's people who I'm going to see better opportunities with than Faido. I'd rather give opportunities elsewhere, so I'm not going to do anything for him. Casey Myers wants 7 million. Really not a fan of giving him 7 million, but I will do, because we'll give him one more year. We do not have enough money to offer him that, so we're going to have to let it go to arbitration. Scooble 3.8. I'm happy with. Again, I don't actually think it's going to let me do this anymore. No. So we're actually over budget, so I'm actually going to want to trade someone. Daza, 4 million for him. Again, I got people who I'd rather play than him. Riley Green, I'm fine with. Alex Lang, I'm fine with. Joe Wentz, fine with not paying. Same with Keegan Aiken. Torkelson, I mean, he's not interested anyway. It's just not a good year from Spencer Torkelson, which is a real shame. I'm not going to give Jorge Alfaro anything or submit that. I don't think. Well, I can, but I'm not. If we look at this and we go to upcoming FAs, we'll offer all of them minor league deals. Why not? See what they come back with. And then front office. So we'll a quick look at our owner goals. Now we've got to improve runs scored, quite a nationally popular player by 28, increase attendance. So that's going to be winning games, unfortunately. And build to the playoffs. We've got 3 years still to hit that. And we have a lot of personnel we need to hire. So I let all of them contracts run out because I'm not impressed with what I've seen, and I'd like to go out and get someone different. So quite like someone who favours OVP, which he does, and favours power, which he does. I quite like Ruben Amaro Jr. already. I might just offer him a contract, see if he takes it. Let's have a look at the bench coach. Anyone good reputation on here? I kind of want someone who's also got good. Oh, it doesn't automatically have it. I want someone who's got good. I never find it when I want to find it. It's usually in general info, actually. It's good relationships and experience should really be on there. Relationships, reputation. So Pedro Tapia, he's got a poor relationship with those guys. To be honest, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with Pedro Tapia. Let's sign him up. Go back here. Who do we need? Pitching coach. Again, need someone who's got good relations and good experience. Anyone with better reputation? Oh, Cal Eldred. Okay, I picked. He's only got poor relationship with Jackson Wolf. He seems like a problem child, to be honest. But I like that. Excellent pitching relationship with Chase Dollander. I'm a big fan of that. So I'm going to offer him a contract to be our pitching coach. Nice to see. What do we need next? Hitting coach. Okay, Kevin Kuzmanoff. What a player. Back in the day. Played for the Rays, didn't he? Although it's not going to let me see his player thing. Wilson Bettamy, another guy. He was good back in day. Catcher, was he? I want to show me there. Oh well, doesn't matter. Again, digressing here. So we want someone who's excellent and got good thingies. So Ramon Castro. He's got great relationships with all the pitchers, but he's a hitting coach. So I need him to have good relationships, really, with the hitters, to be honest. Yoji Nakao, I like that. And he's got a good relationship with Green and Torque. Big fan of that. Let's offer him a deal. Freddie Guzman might be coming our way. Nice trainer. Right, let's find. There's usually a Japanese guy who's unbelievable, and he's usually available around about now. Rick Jameson's good though, because he's all about prevention as well, which I like. Sorry, Japanese guy's a scout. Get mixed up. Anyway, he looks good, so we'll sign him up. Right, and now we need a couple of coaches. So I need a base coach. I don't need trainer ratings, I need coach ratings, and I need who's got a good reputation. I need relationships on the alliance. Why is relationships not on here? Put that in. Oh, Noel Quinlan, obviously an error. He's a former player in 1874. He's 172 years old. Interesting, but he's 45 here. Well, that is out of the park, being out of the park. Third base, another guy, Michael Campbell. Anyone on here that's a bit of a legend? Tim Fedorovich, bit of a legend. Test. Don't think I want test. I'll go and get a Tim Fedorovich. He was obviously a catcher, played for the Mets. Oh, he did not play for the Mets, played for the Dodgers. I was convinced he played for the Mets a little bit. Alas, not a problem. We will sign him up. Oh, I wanted to make him an offer. Fuck. For the other one. Dan Juan can go be our third base, so that'll do. Right, that is most of the housekeeping done. We now need to just progress and see where we go. I'll probably come back when the free agents have been declared, and I will also show you who won what awards. KBO posted one guy, Jun Pyo Park, a reliever who's not really doing anything. The one guy who I'm waiting very patiently for, who plays for, I'm going to forget who he plays for now. Is it the Twins? It's not the Twins. Is it? It's not KT Wiz. Although they have Bakho Kong, who's pretty decent. It's not. Is it the Giants? Oh God, my Korean baseball. Jung Dae Bay, pretty cool. Is it the Bears? No. Kia Tigers? No. Is it NC Dinos? They got Jurickson profile, but no. It's not the Eagle. It's got to be. It is. Is this man? Jung Hoo Lee, excellent player in the Korean baseball. In fact, he usually wins MVP. He's won the MVP the last 2 years. Probably going to win it this year as he led the league in WAR with 9.1. Need him to really post. So I would sign him up in a heartbeat. Absolute legend. Anyway, getting very distracted here. So yes, I will simulate now to the free agency filings. See you in a minute. Back. So we are at the free agent filings. Before we get onto that, although you can see some of the names down there, we had all the salary arbitration decisions reached with Talk, Riley Green, Tarek Subel, Casey Meisenouts Lang. We also had all the awards. We got one award, and it's a repeat winner. Riley Green, Left Field Gold Glove Award. He, like we said before, is an excellent defender and is proving it with accolades, which is nice to see. A couple of the main things: Aaron Judge won AL MVP again. 59 home runs, 970 OPS, almost 7 wins in the season. He is probably going to the Hall of Fame if he has another 2 good seasons, I reckon. Wander Franco had a very good season as well, as did Emmanuel Rodriguez, which we saw before, and Eli De La Cruz wins his first MVP, batted 309, 53 home runs, 8.64, outrageous season from Eli. We did also have another guy get votes, and that is Hyoji Nakao, got 7 first place votes. Same as actually the guy who won Adiel Amador in the Rookie of the Year award. Also, Cy Young's went to Corbin Burns, although Paul Skeens put up a very good year. Corbin Burns just picked him, I think, purely. I don't really know. It was close. I would have given it Skeens. And Shane Baz won it, and Tampa Bay Rays, very good pitcher, had a very, very good season. Jacob deGrom was second. He got injured towards the end of them, I think in the playoffs actually. He's just outrageous, and he's going to the Hall of Fame. So yeah, we didn't have anyone there. So we did have one trade, and it's a bit of a bittersweet because Andre Lipsius is now Boston Red Sox, and that player. He wasn't going to play much this year, especially with Sequeira. Although I have just gone out and got another second baseman, but I will try and explain it a bit better. He was a bit unhappy. He didn't have a great year. He had a really good year the year before. Didn't have a great year this year. Didn't see him doing much in my team going forward. So what we went and got, we gave up another guy, Jose Florian, who's not going to do anything. Fine by that. And we went and got Miguel Andujar, and they're paying a bit of his contract. Not the main piece of the deal. Maybe offers something, maybe doesn't. I don't really care. We went and got Nick York, who can play a couple of positions, but he's a much better player. He's an 88th ranked prospect as well, and he's younger and he's more controllable, and that's kind of where I've gone with that. They offered me the deal, so I took it. That's all we've done so far. We did actually pick someone up off the waiver wire, and his name is Ben Hernandez. He looks quite interesting, 24-year-old. Guy could start, to be honest, and may do so down in AAA. We shall see. So yeah, now on to free agents. We don't have any money, so we won't be signing anyone unless we do trade. But a couple of interesting guys. Vladdy Guerrero Jr., obviously elite first baseman, had a great year last year with Cincy. Walker Buehler's on there now. He had a couple of. It wasn't great last year. JT Realmuto, one of the best catchers in the game. Again, he's old though. Devin Williams, one of the best closers in the game. This guy, Ryunsuke Komatsu, very good pitcher, out of Japan, very young. We're unfortunately not going to be able to make a play for him, but he's looks good. And then beyond that, doesn't look overly impressive. No one really screaming out to me there. Dylan Cease is on there. He wants a lot of money, and he's quite injury prone. No, maybe not. I can make that up. Eloy Jimenez has really regressed, actually, although he's still at 25 home runs. I think we're pretty happy. We did offer a minor deal to this guy, Christian Inua. Again, another middle infielder. I know. We do need to add another catcher onto our 40 man. I don't think we've actually got any other catchers on a 40 man. I'm going to waive a few guys. He can go. Hayden Younger. Gage I'll keep. Riley Thompson, one of the guys we picked up from Chicago. Not too fussed about him. We've got certainly enough second baseman now. We don't need Winfield Perez. Drew Bowser is a guy who very much could be fighting to get into the majors. Josh Crouch, probably. Mario Feliciano, no. It's probably Josh Crouch. Just a quick look at double A catchers wise. Yeah, and Julio Rodriguez. Good defender, but can't hit. So I'll leave it at that. Um, so yeah, we're here. We'll have a quick look at Prelander Baroa is going to come back off that. I'll have a quick look at the Hall of Fame before we go, but I do not see any other moves happening. Although we have been offered this trade on Juan Sanchez for Jackson Jobe, but I don't think so. Unfortunately, he's really regressed as young Jackson. I may throw him in. All right, Enrique Breedfield Jr. has been traded to LA for Devious Sampson. So who is in the 2026 Hall of Fame draft? So those two are locks for me. Big Sexy's got to be in there. I love Andrew Jones, although he's not going to make it this year. Matt Kempnick, Markakis on for the first time. Joe Mauer should be a Hall of Famer. Andy Pettit, probably not for me. Man, he's not going to make it. No point voting for him. A-Rod is a Hall of Famer. Sabathia is a Hall. Each of those are first ballot Hall of Famer. I quite like Vizquel, but he won't get on there. Anyone else close that I can help out? Bobby Abreu, no. Edwin Encarnacion is not a Hall of Famer. We'll leave it at that. So, yes, we will continue on, and I will probably come back to you around the start of pre-season, unless there's anything major. So I'll see at the end of the off-season, but we have made a trade. We have actually acquired Austin Hendrick, and it's just happened. He looks very good, a good right fielder. We needed an outfielder. It was really between this guy and Robert Hassel III, but I think Austin Hendrick was a better right fielder because we've got a good left fielder. We don't need another left fielder. And he was a better power bat. And we need more runs this year, so more runs come from home runs, and that's my thinking here. What did we give up, you ask? Well, Luis Severino. Someone who really struggled with us. He was a bit better next year, but I mean, we have some arms that I want to get more look-ins. We've got guys like Brant Herter down in the bullpen who I think could see more. We've got guys like Wilson Flores who I think should be starting really, and Wilmer Flores. Guys like Jackson Jobe who I think could get a chance this year. And I'd rather give them the chance than watch Luis Severino do nothing for another year, really. So, yeah, we went and got him, got rid of him, and we went and got Austin Hendrick. So, yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. We gave up Riley Taylor as well, bit of a nothing guy, really poor movement control. Would never see any game time in my team. I mean, this guy's off back-to-backs amazing years, frankly, in the minor leagues. He's ready for the bigs. He's not. He wasn't getting it with Cincinnati. I'm not really overly sure why, but when they got Friedel in center, they got Will Wilson and Jake Fraley, both really good defenders. Maybe that's why he's not getting a look in with them. But don't know. I think it's their loss. And then Serda's there. They have got quite a few young outfielders. Yerling Confidant looks pretty good as well. So I think it's actually quite a good trade for both teams. I mean, these guys were kind of a bit desperate for more pitching. Wheeler's getting old. So I think it's a fair trade. We're also actually at the Rule 5. I don't think there's anyone I'm going to want to take, but let's see. TJ Brock's Jimmy Nelson's Josh Byers is Hugo Villalobos. Also, I kind of need a bit of pitching, but nothing really. Oh, this was only pitchers, sorry. Batters as well. Leonard Bernal. I mean, someone who could maybe come and play catch for us, but hasn't played above Double A. I'm not sure I want to take a risk on him. Elijah Green's on there. Weird. Kind of looked at potentially trading for him. Ariel Almonte, Marion Boyd as well. Another weird guy to see on there. David Calabrese, not really a good defender, but can hit and steal. Kind of interesting because, it could be quite a good bench bat, but don't really need him. I said it isn't sold on him. I mean, if we got options there anyway. So I'll leave it for now. But so we won't be making anyone in the Rule 5 draft or not taking anyone. So we'll complete that. Hopefully none of our players go. No, Marion Boyd did go actually to the Red Sox, so he's gonna, and he's sorry, Houston from the Red Sox, so he's gonna be. And Leonard Bernal went to Toronto. Hicks was in there as well, and was. So I'll continue on, and I'll maybe now I will see you at the end of the off. I've not made it to the end of the off season. There's a couple of things I want to show you. Firstly, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. has signed with the New York Mets, which I don't quite understand, because they've got Pete Alonso, but they also have a lot of guys who can hit a lot of home runs. So maybe fits in with the bill that they're going for. I don't really know, but anyway, that's happened. Dynasties went to Arizona, signed a couple of guys on the international free agents. So Jesus Sarabia looks very good, and Sergio Lorenzana, the Dominican guy, looks excellent. Again, very long way to go for those guys. Also, some very interesting. No one got voted into the hall. I'll see if I can quickly find it. If not, I know where. Oh, here it is. So Juan Soto's on 50 million a year. Just don't understand because he's not been that good in this save. More interestingly, though, on that list, Luis Arias. Look at those stats: 100 and 100 contact. This is on an 80 scale. I allow them to go over because I like seeing when people are outrageous. But he's led the league in batting average in the last last 5 years. He's kind of just become. I know he's potentially hitting 400 this year or whatever's going on there, but outrageous. Signed a 3-year, 110 million pound contract. Outrageous amount of money. But he's pretty good, but I don't know if he's that kind of money good. From Vada's given a lot of money for not doing a lot, and obviously Judge's on that ridiculous contract. He signed with the Yankees. But the reason I came back is this trade, which I'm a bit unsure about. So Jackson Chourio is being offered to me. Former overall number one overall prospect. Don't forget. He's been hitting well in the minors. Hasn't really had a chance to break into the bigs. He probably would with us. Potential to be a 5-tool player. I mean, if we look at our lineup, obviously we did pick up Austin Hendrick, but our centre field is currently Parker Meadows. And yeah, he's a good defender, but he's not really anything special. And then in the minors, do we have anyone that's a centre fielder that I'm really looking forward to getting up? No, I mean, the best is probably Lucas Costello, but he's not really anything special either, especially from a hitting side. Andrew Jenkins, who continues to rank very highly in prospects, which I still don't really understand, isn't a defender anyway. And they want Drew Bowser, which I can understand. But hear me out. Where do I play Drew Bowser? I can't play him at first because I've got Hyoji Nikau locked up for a couple of years. Those player options do scare me there. I can't play him at second base because Jace Young's there. I can't play him at third because I've got Mason Wynn and Cole Keith there. And I've got Miguel Andujar. Can't play him at short because I've got this waste of space Byers there. And he doesn't play there anyway. So where do I play him? I've got Manuel Sequeira. I can't get a look in and just continues to destroy pitching. I don't think I need Bowser. I think if it was a straight swap, I'd do it. I would have done it already. The problem is Casey Mize. I love Casey Mize. He was better last year, 3.5 win season. Actually, I think he's meant to be our ace this year. Yeah, he's actually our ace this year. Again, we got pitching that we can go and get, but we really are struggling with pitching. Jackson Jobe would be straight up then. I'm just very into Ty Man would be up as well. If we want to do that, I'd almost rather try and get rid of Pablo Lopez, to be honest, and I retain I'd love to retain all his. I'd love to retain a lot of his contract. But if they do that and give me someone a bit better, maybe another pitching guy. I don't know. I feel like they're just not gonna. They're gonna turn their nose up at this, and they kind of want to win now, so it'd have to be a prospect if it's anything. And it's not going to be Jorge Padilla. I don't really want Jorge Padilla. Maybe Patricio Aquino. Again, not really someone I'm interested in. Andy Morales, no. I'd be 7.6 million I'm paying, and I'm giving up Drew Bowser. I mean, if I could give up someone who wasn't Drew Bowser, then it kind of makes sense, really, doesn't it? I don't think they'd be interested in anyone else. The other guys are all so far away that they're not going to be interested in them yet. Drew Bowser's. I think I'm gonna. I'm very in two minds about this. Casey Mize is also a free agent at the end of this year. Wherever does it tell you here? Yeah, free agent after contract expires, and I don't have any money to pay him. So maybe it's the right move. I think it's the right move. We're getting someone who's a potential superstar, in my opinion. In Jackson Chourio, another guy who can provide runs, and we're really going to have to sort our pitching out now, but I think it's the play. It is the play indeed. We have now got Jackson Chourio straight into our team, and I assume straight into my lineup. No, but he will be. This basically means Parker Meadows can go. We don't need him anymore. He's a great defender. I would like a pitcher, to be honest. If I can't see anyone straight away, then I'll just go and there are any relievers. Mike Soroka, as he paid a lot of money. Here's on some money. Could maybe get Soroka. We'll see. I'll put him on the block for now, and then we'll see. But yeah, let me know what you think of that one. But kind of damned if I do, damned if I don't. I think Chourio is someone who's going to really be the guy that we might need to spark this team into life. Our outfield is looking elite, very, very good. Torkelson is kind of running out of space really to fit in this team, but we'll see. Anyway, I'll carry on, but let me know what you think of that time in this episode. And we are at spring training, so we made a couple other deals. We signed Jack Flaherty to a £1.6 million contract for the year. Like so, we needed a bit of experience. We kind of had a lot of pitches, but we kind of got rid of, and with Mize going and Severino going, I thought it might be worth having a bit more experience in there. I'm going to try and get a couple of more of these guys in the lineup. We also traded for Tristan McKenzie, who for some reason isn't starting, but he is easily good enough to be a starter. Started last season for Cleveland, had a 4-win season. We managed to pick him up. For Parker Meadows, Quincy Neaport, and Carlos Mendoza. They're also eating some of his contract, 30% of it. So we'll see. I think he's potentially quite good. A really good steal. So yeah, that will do it. I'll just force him into a pitching role, starting position role. That'll do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed. We did a lot, I feel like, today. We saw a lot of trades happen. Let me know what you think of the trades, if you think I made the right moves or not. I'm sure some of them will be a bit controversial, but yeah, I think I've done what I think's best. We need to mix up the team. We've mixed it up and we've added some good pieces, especially in the outfield. So we'll see how it goes. But thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.